In a dramatic escalation of tensions in East Africa, the Democratic Republic of Congo has severed diplomatic ties with Rwanda, citing Kigali's alleged backing of the notorious M23 rebel group. This move comes as fighting rages around Goma, a key city in eastern Congo, leaving at least 13 peacekeepers and foreign soldiers dead and displacing thousands of civilians. The stakes have never been higher in this volatile region. With lives lost, thousands uprooted, and accusations flying across borders, one has to ask, has the powder keg of Eastern Africa just exploded? The M23 rebel group, a Tutsi-led movement that broke away from the Congolese army more than a decade ago, has gained significant ground along the border with Rwanda in recent weeks. Their advance has brought them dangerously close to Goma, a provincial capital of 2 million people and a critical hub for humanitarian and security operations. The DRC, the United States, and United Nations experts have accused Rwanda of directly backing the rebels in what they allege is a proxy war to destabilize eastern Congo and exploit its mineral wealth. Can Rwanda continue to deny these allegations with mounting evidence and international condemnation? Rwanda vehemently denies supporting M23, even though Kigali admitted last year that its troops and missile systems are deployed in eastern Congo to safeguard its security. This admission raises serious questions about Rwanda's real intentions in the region. Are these troops merely safeguarding borders, as Kigali claims, or is Rwanda using M23 as a smokescreen for deeper territorial ambitions? UN experts estimate there are as many as 4,000 Rwandan soldiers currently operating inside Congo, a number that has only added fuel to the fire of Congolese accusations. How long can Rwanda continue to justify its military presence in a neighboring country? This tension is what has escalated and prompted the scathing announcement from the Congolese Foreign Ministry on Saturday, January 25, 2025, that it was cutting all diplomatic ties with Rwanda with immediate effect. All Congolese diplomats stationed in Rwanda have been ordered to return home, marking a historic low in relations between the two nations. Rwandan Foreign Minister Olivier Nduhungirehe dismissed the move as a unilateral decision by Kinshasa. But the question remains, is this a calculated response from Congo or a desperate move to reclaim the narrative in a conflict it seems to be losing? Meanwhile, the UN Security Council convened an emergency meeting on Sunday, January 26, 2025, responding to Congo's request to accelerate discussions on the escalating violence. The scene on the ground paints a grim picture. Heavy gunfire echoed across Goma on Sunday morning as fighting drew closer to the city, leaving scores of displaced families fleeing southward. In Kenya, one of the largest displacement camps near the Rwandan border, desperate families abandoned what little they had and headed for Goma. Will the international community act swiftly enough to prevent further suffering, or is this yet another chapter in the global failure to address Congo's ongoing humanitarian crisis? At the border crossings east of Goma, chaos reigned. Hundreds of desperate civilians sought refuge in Rwanda, hoping to escape the violence. Yet migration officers scrutinized travel documents, sparking fears that even sanctuary may not come easily. The sight of families torn apart and children weeping in fear is a stark reminder of the human toll of this conflict. How much longer can the international community turn a blind eye to a region that has endured decades of unrelenting violence? At the heart of the crisis lies the M23 rebellion, which claims to defend Congo's ethnic Tutsi population. However, Kinshasa accuses Rwanda of using the group as a pawn to further its territorial ambitions in the mineral-rich region. After 3 years of sporadic hostilities, the fighting intensified in January, reaching the boiling point this weekend with the severing of diplomatic ties. Over 400,000 people have been displaced by the violence, and the rebels' advance on Goma has sparked fears of an all-out regional war. Could this conflict spill over into neighboring countries and ignite a larger conflagration in the Great Lakes region? International pressure on Rwanda is mounting as the United Nations and global powers urge Kigali to withdraw its troops immediately. The UN has warned of severe consequences if Rwanda fails to comply, with sanctions and other diplomatic measures reportedly on the table. The situation bears a chilling resemblance to 2012 when M23 seized Goma, before eventually withdrawing under immense international pressure directed at Rwanda. Will history repeat itself? Or has the geopolitical landscape shifted too much for the same strategies to work again? The African Union and regional blocs like the East African Community have also been drawn into the crisis, scrambling to broker a ceasefire. Yet their efforts have so far borne little fruit, raising questions about the efficacy of regional diplomacy in a conflict where accusations of ethnic manipulation, resource exploitation, and geopolitical rivalry run deep. Can these organizations overcome their internal divisions and act decisively, or will their failure embolden Rwanda and the M23? The stakes could not be higher. With over 100 armed groups vying for control in Congo's mineral-rich east, the region teeters on the brink of chaos. The situation demands a swift and unified response from the international community. Failure to act decisively risks plunging Central Africa into an all-out regional war, a war that would devastate millions of lives, destabilize the entire Great Lakes region, and leave an indelible scar on the global conscience. How many more lives must be lost before the world takes meaningful action? In conclusion, the severing of diplomatic ties between Congo and Rwanda marks a dangerous turning point in an already volatile conflict. The United Nations and other international bodies must step up their efforts to de-escalate tensions and pressure Rwanda to withdraw its troops. If history has taught us anything, it is that conflicts of this magnitude rarely remain contained. A swift resolution must be found, or the world could soon witness the eruption of a devastating regional war, one that would leave no country in the region unscathed. Is the world prepared to let East Africa burn, or will it finally intervene before it's too late? Your perspective matters. What do you make of DR Congo announcing that it has cut diplomatic ties with Rwanda? Share your thoughts and insights in the comments section below. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the New Africa channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our informative future videos. Stay informed, stay engaged, and thank you for watching.